Welcome to this playthrough of The Lord of the Rings: Fate of the Fellowship. First off, I apologize you can't see the full Tower of Barad-dûr, but there it is. You will be able to see the results. We're going to play with these 5 characters. I'm assuming you already know how to play. If not, go check it out. Find a playthrough or find a how-to. Of course, we got to play with Frodo and Sam, and we got to play with Gandalf. Well, we don't have to, but we're going to play with Gandalf, Gimli, Éowyn, and Boromir. So Boromir's starting in Minas Tirith. Éowyn is going to start here in Edoras. Gandalf is going to start in Theodin, over here in Eriador. Gimli here, for some reason, is starting in Erebor. I don't know what he's doing over there in Erebor. Anyway, this is the round marker we have here. So each turn I will move this along and we will resolve the cards after that step. You can see all the order of play up there in the corner. Why don't we take a look at each of our characters? Oh, Frodo and Sam. Guess where they start? The Shire. Now, I am pretty confident. I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty confident in the names of a lot of these places. So I think I have the pronunciations correct for most of them anyway. Frodo and Sam, you can take a look here and pause if you want to read about it. Obviously, when I need to, I will mention them through the playthrough. Then we have Gandalf. Again, you can pause it. He's good at mustering with Mithrandir, which is his actual name. And then Shadowfax's horse. This will help him move along. And Light and Flame, he helps out in battles. So. Then it's going to go to Gimli after his turn. Gimli's kind of cool if you're doing some of these different objectives up there in Dwarven lands, which I don't think we are. But he gets to gain one of these sword symbols each turn, and he can muster in those locations without spending heart icons. Boromir here is tempted by power. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. When Boromir takes part in the fellowship action, you cannot give a ring, and others may not take a ring from you. But that's not going to matter in my solo game, really. So we also have Hero of Gondor. When he captures, you spend fewer. Then we have Boromir musters in a Gondorian location. You don't need to spend. So he doesn't need to spend in Dwarven. He doesn't need to spend in the Gondorian. And then Éowyn here does not need to spend in Rohan. So she's a shield maiden of Rohan, and that's her ability. And then also No Living Man Am I. This helps her get rid of Nazgul permanently from the game, which is pretty incredible. Okay. Remove 1 Nazgul in a region from the game. Yep. And then here's the cards we're starting with. We have 2 ring symbols, 1 cloak, and 1 sword. I also am starting with these 2 tokens because this is a hard game, so I give myself a little boost at the beginning, and I take 2 tokens of my choice, and usually that depends on what we're going through. Obviously, we have to destroy the 1 ring. We'll get to that. Everything's going to happen objective, and then complete. Here's one that we need to keep in mind throughout the game, freeing Theodin's mind. And we don't get those Rohirrim troops until we do. So we got to free Theodin's mind by going to the location there with 2 characters and spend 2 hearts in a ring. And then we got bring light to Mirkwood. Essentially, we're going to make sure Mirkwood there is free of enemy troops, and we have an elven troop in each location, so Gimli should help with that if he makes friends with the Woodland realm, which historically does not happen. Then we have confront the Balrog with, obviously, Gandalf. Who else is going to go? Glorfindel? No, he's lazy. Alright, so he's got to go to the Misty Mountains here, which kind of looks like a reverse California, now that I'm looking at it. And we complete if he does all these rolls. And then there's consequences for each roll as well, which is losing hope, which is not going to be good, but you can also mitigate that. So let's go ahead and start. Pull up my armchair. Here's the actions for the game. You can take a look. There's 6 different actions: travel, fellowship, prepare, muster, attack, and capture. Right, so first off, what we're going to do is go with Gandalf and Frodo and Sam. So in the solo game, you're going to get 1 action with Frodo and Sam, and 4 with the character you're currently using. So right now we're going to use Gandalf, and he's going to go 4 times, or we can alternatively use Frodo and Sam here in the Shire and do something. Now, as per their card, once per turn when Frodo prepares, if he's in a haven in the region named by the card, also gain a heart token from the supply. Well, if we're looking here, we have Rovania, Ithilien, Hardwaith. You know, I just said I was pretty good at the pronunciations, but I can't remember how this is pronounced. Hardwaith. I think it's Hardwaith. And then Mordor, obviously. So, we cannot do his action there, which is not cool. I like starting out with a card for Eriador because that's the only way in a solo game the card when you prepare. Also, it has to match. So we cannot prepare with him. Now Gandalf's in Eriador. We can't prepare with him either. So let's just, I guess, work on some of these objectives. Let's start with confronting the Balrog for now. And then maybe we can bring light into Mirkwood with Gimli. And then after that, or during that time, Gandalf could be working his way down here to be with Eowyn, which is one of my favorite, I think my favorite character in this game because of she's in the center of the board and she can do that mustering. So she can send troops up there or down here if needed. Whereas Gimli, it would take a lot of actions to send troops from Erebor down to Minas Tirith, for example. But Helm's Deep could send them up into the Misty Mountains or anywhere else faster than anyone else. Any other character with a similar ability. So first off, for Gandalf, we need to do 4 actions. I think we need to move. We can move up through here, come through here, and down here into Moria. Or we can go directly across into Moria as we have the heart symbol. But then we're spending a heart, right? So to complete this, we have to spend an action in Moria to roll 3 dice. So it does cost an action. And I can ignore it with swords and rings, which I do have a lot of. I think we could probably complete this in 1 turn. It says, when completed, remove Gandalf's figure from the board. When the Sky's Darkened card is drawn, put him in Lothlorien and gain 2 hope. He is now Gandalf the White, and then he gets his Gandalf the White ability will over when he turns into Gandalf the White. I don't know when we're going to run into one of those cards, though. So let's just not do that quite yet and maybe do some mustering over in Rivendell. So we're going to take Gandalf, go 1, 2, so he's done 2 actions and he's up there in Rivendell, even passed through a spot with a Nazgul. And there's only 1 there. Oh, wait, do we have a card? Oh yeah, we don't need a card. What we need, sorry, I'm thinking of prepare. But to do the muster action, we just need to spend a heart in a location. So let's spend this heart right here that we started out with, and we get to put a troop there. And I'm doing that just so, because I'm going to be leaving that place and I want to be ready the next time. So I've done 1, 2, 3 actions. I could do a 4th action and move somewhere again. I could travel, I could prepare, but I can't, no, I cannot prepare. Attack, capture, I can't really do either of those things either. So, I guess what we'll do is move Gandalf to Karak over here to prepare him to go into Moria. That means, though, we do have to spend a hood. Alright, so next up, we did our 4 actions and our 1 with Frodo, but I don't think we're going to be doing anything with Frodo right now because nothing matches, and we don't want to travel at this moment, I don't think. So, yeah, I think we'll stay right there. But we will get to draw 2 new cards. Hardwaith again, and just in the spot we were just at with Gandalf, we could have stayed there and then been able to prepare in that location, but that's all right. And then we have to draw 2 of these cards as per the threat level. We got a top action, so Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. So the green line, Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep, it's going to go up 1 That's going to come through Lorien towards Helm's Deep. This way, following that green line. Our next card will be a bottom action +1 bad guy in Moria. And you can see that my bad guys are chilling here in the ocean next to Umbar. Maybe they're troops from Umbar and the Corsairs, I don't know. And then it says, move to Nazgul, closer to Frodo. Select from those closest to him outside his region. If tied, the player chooses. Okay, so we have to move this guy because he's closer, and then he also moves one closer. So they're closing in. What's dangerous is this eye. So if we can get Gimli, which will be his turn, so we move the marker over, son of Gloin, to go ahead and head on down here, maybe recruit some dwarves, start taking over this spot, because when we do attack actions, that draws the eye away from Frodo and Sam. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and take our turn with Gimli, son of Gloin. So I'm going to muster in this location twice. That's 2 actions. I'm going to do it a 3rd and 4th time. Look at all those troops I have. Now, I've done it 4 times there. There's 5 in Erebor. So I'll be ready to march my troops through, and I don't have to spend a heart. That's why I did it there instead of moving to the Woodland Realm to do it or something. I don't have to spend a heart, and I can drop those guys off as I move along. He's on his 4. Does Frodo and Sam want to do something? They cannot prepare, because we still don't have a card for Eriador. They could move, but it would cost a cloak. Do we want to move? When Frodo travels or takes part in travel, the current player must spend a cloak. That's why I would have to do that. I could hide, work my way this way. I think it'd be my best bet. Even though it's going to cost 2 of those hearts and 1 cloak. He should have done that in the movie, right? Just sail around. But then you'd have to deal with the Corsairs, and we would have had a ship battle instead. Anyway, let's move this down here so we don't forget. I think we're going to leave Frodo right there in the Shire. Is that the best idea? Might as well spend the cloak. We'll spend the cloak and move it. Draw our 2 cards. We can have a max of 7. So we have 7 right here. We drew a Rohan and a Dale. Well, Dale is up here somewhere. Yeah, Dale. So we could use that to prepare when we use Gimli. Rohan, we could obviously use that right now with Aemon after we draw these cards. We're doing the bottom action. So we're going to spawn a troop here near Harad. So there's 4 of those guys there. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. That's not good. These guys are kind of clunky. I wish these were, what do you call them? I wish these were just meeples as well, to be honest. Okay. Anyway, what does she want to do? Oh wait, we've only done 1 of these, so we gotta do 1 more. My bad. We're doing the bottom action in Room, so we gotta spawn 1 of these here in Room, over here in the east, and then deploy 3 Nazguls from Mordor to the Eye. Which is crazy. He has to get out of there now. He has to. Whew, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to get another heart. We're maxed out right now on cards, so I need to do some repairs, actions. Oops, sorry for bumping the camera there. And then, we should be alright. Alright. I think what she's gonna do is first muster here. And to complete the free Theodin's mind, place 4, we have these 4 Rohirrim here on the card. And we can't use them, so we can't even muster anymore. So we can complete as an action, a character in Edoras spends 2 hearts and 1 ring. We kind of need to either do that or draw the eye away from Frodo right now. Those are pretty much our only 2 actions. I think what we have to do here is draw that eye away and start a fight somewhere. So we've done 1 action, and that is not helpful actually. I think we take that action back because we can't reach anywhere to fight. what we're gonna do is go 1, 2, bringing this guy from Helm's Deep with us. 3. Now for our 4th action, we're here in Isengard with 1 troop. We can choose to roll 1 dice only. If we had more, we could do more. Let's roll it and see what happens. We got the result we needed. He dies, and now Isengard is free, but the eye goes here. Whenever you do an attack action, you shift the eye there, even if you lose. Then roll the battle, and you roll up to one die for each in your location. So remember, that's up to you. And you can also, if you have your characters present, you can spend rings to reroll and spend swords to just remove them. So that's pretty nice. We can also take over that place soon. That means troops won't be marching out of Isengard, which could help us in this game. Anytime you can take over a place, we know we have to at least, well, we don't have to take over Dol Guldur, but we have to purify it of the orcs that are infesting it. Okay, so she's done her 4 actions, and she's sitting there in Isengard. And Frodo and Sam can do something, but they really don't want to do anything right yet. So, which kind of stinks. So we have to draw 2 cards. We got the Tom Bombadil and Ithilien. We're going to have to toss some of these because our max is 7. We can play this event right now, though. It says do one of the following: gain 1 hope, or re-roll up to 3 dice. We will gain a hope, so we don't have to discard too many cards. And I think what we will discard... I think we're going to discard one of these swords. But which one do we want? Rorania? Probably that one, right? Probably not going to go over there. We're definitely not mustering there because there's no havens. Okay, let's go with the bad guys. We do the top action. Umbar marches towards Helm's Deep. What happened here? I think I moved a guy from Umbar. Because there should be one there. So he's going to move to Helm's Deep along the orange line. Moving to right there. And then this top action is Dol Guldur to Erebor. Well, that's fine because we do not care, because we're going to take that guy out anyway. That's our plan. Boromir's turn. Boromir can now muster in this location for free. We're going to do that twice. Really get things secured there. And if we capture a place, we also benefit greatly from them not marching. So maybe we want to take out Minas Morgul or something like that, or come down here to Umbar. I'm not sure. So how about we just 2 more times? Let's see. Yeah, make sure it didn't say once per game or something like that. So 2 more times. So that's full. We did that 4 times. Frodo, does he want to do anything? Well, let's see. Still, we don't have enough cards to move. And I think once the eye goes there, then we make her move, right? Yeah. Nothing in Gondor. Moving along to, oops. We don't do that first. We draw. We got a Gondor and a Erebor. We definitely want that Gondor. We definitely want that Erebor. I'm going to get rid of the second sword. So, yeah, we have to get rid of one of these. This could be helpful. Ithilien? Do we need Ithilien? No, I don't think so. We do need a ring eventually. And I don't want to spend all this. I need to think about preparing the location. I'm not very good at that. Now we do the bad guys. This is going to be Dunland to the Grey Havens. And they're moving along the purple route. So Frodo might have to take them out, or I might have to send Eowyn or Gandalf up there. And the second one is going to be a bottom, +1 in Dol Guldur. And shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, we'll search it. It's not already there. So now we gotta get going. What we're gonna do is spend 1, 2, and 3. Because we have to spend a cloak and we have to spend 2 to travel along this path, as you can see. We're going to take him and go down here into Dol Amroth. So he's sitting in a haven, and it's nice to sit in a haven for dice results when they're against us. Okay, so now Mithrandil goes, or better known as Gandalf. he can do his 4 things. Should we go into Moria and confront that Balrog? Okay. Sorry. 1, 2. Are we going to confront the Balrog right now? Well, Gandalf spends an action in Moria to roll 3 dice. 1, 2, 3. Is that what we should do? Because Gandalf can ignore 1 for each ring he spends. We have 3 rings, but I don't really want to spend the rings because we're going to need rings to throw the ring into the Mountain of Doom and for freeing Theodin's mind. Okay, this is a tough decision to make. And you know what? I think we're just going to go for it. So we roll all 3 of these. We got 2. Okay, let's see what happens here. With this one, we're going to lose 2 hope. Those we lose 1 hope. So I think we'll take out 2 of these rings here. We'll throw away 2 of the rings. Probably Mordor and Rohan. No, I want to keep Rohan. Okay, so we throw away 2 to ignore 2 of those. That means that we only lose 1 hope. So it's back down to our regular level of 6. And it also means that we slew a Balrog, which means Gandalf may ignore... Yeah, when completed, remove Gandalf's figure from the board. When the Sky's Darkened card is drawn, put him in Lorien and gain 2 hope. So we'll gain our 2 hope back. Now he's Gandalf the White. Gandalf the White ability is... when Gandalf uses his Light and Flame ability, you may spend 1 sword to change any number of dice to the result you want. Put this card near his character card as a reminder. And just to remind us in general of what that means, is Light and Flame, when Gandalf's present in a battle, you may spend swords to change the same number of dice to any results you want. I don't know what the difference is. If Gandalf is present when the battle is rolled, you may spend swords to change the same number of dice to any results you want. You may spend sword to change any number of dice to the result you want. Put this. It looks exactly the same as Light and Flame, so I have no idea what that means. Alright, I found the difference. I hope I'm not the only stupid person to not catch that. But you can spend here with Light and Flame swords to change the same number of dice results. So 1 sword changes 1 dice result. Here, you can spend 1 to change any number of dice results. And so that'll come in handy later on, hopefully. That'll be his ability when he comes back from the dead. Alright, so this is going to move over there in that case. Frodo could do something, if I remember correctly. We didn't do anything with Frodo yet, or maybe we moved. I don't know. Either way, we're not going to do anything with him, because we can't. I guess we could prepare, but we'll save that for this round. This next round. So we got a Gondor and Dale ring. That's nice, but we need to keep those. We need to keep those. 2 Gondors is nice for the ability that Frodo and Sam have, though. Let's pull these. We got to move Dunlin to Helm's Deep. To Helm's Deep. Oh, there's no one there. Sweet. That means we do nothing. And then the bottom here is Moria gains 1. We were just there. Stinkers are really piling up. And then we deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Well, that's already done. If and when Mordor is empty, deploy from the largest group, 1 at a time. There we go. Now that place is packed. Little do they know that he slipped away on a boat from the Grey Haven. If the Eye is in Mordor, recall it. That's it. Next, we go with Gimli and Frodo. So let's just start with Frodo. He's going to do a prepare action with this card. When he does that, his ability is he gains 1 of these as well. So we're getting a ring, and we're getting a friendship. I believe it's called. You can hear the rooster in the background. All right, now we go with Gimli. Should he muster again? 1, 2, 3. Let's just head out, right? So we're gonna march. We're gonna leave one guy in airborne. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna attack here in South Mirkwood. We are only gonna roll 1 die. I think we could roll 2. Oops, wrong dice. We could roll 2, but we risk us dying as well. So I think we roll 1. Sweet. We kill him. And that is our 4th action. We're purifying Mirkwood. Once we get here, we can take them out, drop a guy off, and Mirkwood will be fine. Oh, except I forgot, we need every location in Mirkwood needs an elven troop, not a dwarf. Silly me. So we're going to actually have to go back up there and recruit in the woodland realm anyway, which is not fun. Alternatively, we could wait for Gandalf to come back to life, and yeah. I think we need to wait for Gandalf to come back to life and have him recruit in Lothlorien, and then he can move through Mirkwood, dropping off elves. I think that's my goal right now. But, you know, goals don't always work out well. Maybe what I'll do is take Gimli and the dwarves and have them go up here and through into Moria. I'm sure Gimli wants to avenge Balin anyway. That moves there, and it will be anyone's turn after we draw. We're going to draw 2 cards. There's a Skies Darkened. You know what that means. And we got a heart, a friendship. So Skies Darkened, this means the shadow grows. Increase the threat level by 1. I see you. If the eye is in Frodo's region, lose 2 hope. Otherwise, move the eye there. Well, thankfully, it wasn't there. Under cover of darkness says add 3 troops to Thailand. Where is that? It's up here somewhere. Oh no. We're gonna have to do something about that, Eowyn. She could come here, muster troops, and head up. The danger intensifies. Shuffle the shadow discard pile and place it back on top of the shadow deck. Let's do that. Then Gandalf is promptly coming back to aid us. Mithrandir. Okay. This goes back on top. Gandalf is coming back. So, he goes to Lothlorien. And we gain 2 hope. Look at that. He is now Gandalf of the White. Okay. That's nice. We're at full hope. Gandalf's back from the dead. That happened really... I mean, if we wouldn't have done that with Gandalf that turn, what would have happened? We would have had to wait for the next Skies Darkened. So it was good we actually did that earlier, sooner than later. And now it is Eowyn's turn. No, it's not. Now we've resolved these. We're going to move Dunlin to the Grey Havens. We got to get up here because they're moving along this purple route. If they get to the Shire, they take it over. If they get to the Grey Havens, they might take it over. Okay. And then we're spawning one more in Dol Guldur. That's fine. Gandalf plans on taking them out. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search. Well, look at that. We would roll a search, but there are no enemies. Gondor is free right now. There are no Nazgul, so we do not have to roll a search. We've been very fortunate about that, and I think it comes with the wisdom of when to move and calling the eye away from Frodo, which we should do now. And hopefully we can do that here with Eowyn. So what she's going to do, we could take over Isengard, but I really, really, really need to get up there to Eriador and take out those troops. So we got to ditch Isengard. What we're going to do... Man, decisions. We couldn't capture Isengard anyway, so I guess that's okay. So we've got 1 action, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to muster right here. And it's not looking good for the other. I mean, I know that we did the Gandalf card, completed that, but it's not looking good for some other things around here. We need to free Theodin's mind. Should we leave the Shire and in the Grey Havens, or should we take care of them? Because if we let them go out, Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So I moved there 1, recruited, 2, 3, and if we are in Rohan, we can prepare. We will prepare with this. Throwing that and putting a ring here. And now Frodo and Sam can do the Gondor prepare, and that means they get a little friendship token as well, along with the cape. So that's pretty sweet. So we've done 1, 2, 3, and I guess we did the prepare action, so that's 4. We've done our 4 actions there with Eowyn and our 1 with Frodo. We draw 2 new cards. We got a cape, a cloak, and then we got an event. This is called Conflicting Orders. Select a location, move all of the shadow troops there to any adjacent location or locations your choice. Do not roll battles. Ooh. We could move them back. We could also move, yeah, I think we saved this card. We might need that later. Let's reveal 2 of these. We got the Wheels of Saruman. It says, choose one of the following to do. Break Oath, remove any 2 friendly troops from the board. Doubt, a single player must discard a total of 2 player cards, or Despair, lose 1 hope. I think we're gonna lose a hope. Oof that. And then the other card, the Drums of War. You got Sauron. Add 1 shadow troop to every shadow stronghold in Mordor. 1, 2, 3. Bueno. Boromir's turn. Well, look at the army we got for Boromir here. I don't really want to take anything over right now, because if I do, even if I go to like Umbar down here, the problem is I can't gain the 2 hope that I want. I can only gain 1, so I need to let them go into the Shire. It goes down, I forget how many, when they capture. It's like 3, something ridiculous. Yeah, it's lose 3 hope. But then we can gain 2. I think we can gain this one for sure. Maybe we should do a battle mode to distract the eye. What's in the eye? I don't want to infiltrate Minas Morgul, so I guess if we just come down here and have a battle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll leave 3 troops there, and 4. We'll roll 1. We got a Nazgul and a double, whatever that's called. I don't like that, so let's do this to do a reroll. There we go. Killed him. The eye is down there in the middle of nowhere on top of an elephant. Sweet. Frodo, my boy, what do you want to do? You are in Gondor alone. You could move, but you're pretty safe in a haven right now. It helps you be a little bit more safe. You could recruit only if we spend a heart, and I think that's what we'll do. Spend a heart. Do we really need to recruit there? That's the question. I don't think we do. I think this is more important to us. So, I guess he's going to do nothing. Fellowship, capture, attack, muster, etc. Nothing. Nothing sounds good right now. Alrighty, dighty do. Sorry for the camera shake. Let's see. We draw 2 new cards. Eriador would have been nice earlier, huh? Drew dodge. We need to draw some rings. We could have moved near Harad towards us. Nah. Okay. Then we do the bad guys. The flag. So we are doing the Dunwyn to Helm's Deep. No 1. Sweet. Then it is the bottom action, Dol Guldur. They are mustering troops there, and that's not good. Stinking Witch King. Move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. Select from the closest to him outside his region. Wow. That's going to be him and him. Back to Gandalf. Look at that. It's his turn already. Do we have anything for the Misty Mountains? We do not, so there will be no preparing. We could muster there. Let's muster 1, 2, 3. take out some troops, some people up in here, and we're gonna have to leave troops along the path here. We have to leave at least 3. For our next action, I think what we'll actually do is recruit once more. We've taken all the elven troops we can. We're gonna be ready. Back to Frodo. Frodo can't be squat still. I forgot that we have this conflicting orders card. We can select a location and move all the shadow troops there. So instead of recruiting, we can move them there and have a little tussle. I think that's what we'll do. We'll leave that guy. We'll take our little friendship back and maybe use that later. Spend this. That moves all of these guys. No, all of these guys here instead. Then we can use our 4th action to have a battle. We're going to spend all 3 because we want to kill these guys. Okay, we got 2 and we don't have any swords to spend. We need to kill more than that, right? I guess we could leave them. Just kill the 2, right? That's not bad. Unless they come to Helm's Deep while Eowyn's away, then that would be bad. But I don't think that's going to happen. So, let's do... At least 2 of them are dead. We could re-roll. I don't think we want to do that. I think it's worth it. So let's do that. One of our guys dies. Normally, if there's a ring right there, more of our guys would die. But that is not the case in this case. It's not the case in this case. Let's draw our tune. Make sure I did everything. Yes. We got a sky is darkened and a sword for the Misty Mountains. Shadow grows, increase the threat by 1. I see you. If the eyes in Frodo's region lose hope, well, it's not, thankfully. Under cover of darkness, add 3 to South Ithilien. So we're gonna add 3 of these guys to South Ithilien. Where is that? South Ithilien, right there. The danger intensifies. Shuffle the shadow discard pile back into the shadow deck. There's only like 6 of these suckers, so. Let's see what we get. Saruman, sorry. We can either remove 2 friendly troops. We'll remove this one, this Gondorian soldier. And let's see. It looks like Rivendell's sitting pretty, right? Unless those troops from Moria start marching. But we can head them off, so we'll take one out of Rivendell. So Rivendell, Master Baggins, I don't remember. Okay, so we did that. And then we got to add one in Dol Guldur again. Look at that. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. If it's already there, roll a search. Boom. That's it for Gandalf. Moving over to Gimli, son of Glowing. Okay. What do we want to do with Gimli? I kind of want that troop, but I don't think it's worth going back to get. 1, 2, 3. Now we don't have as many troops, but we get to roll 3 of these puppies. We've taken out 3 of them. We can also spend this to take out a 4th. So we purified Moria here. And we have to resolve their attacks on us, which is going to be 2. Which should be alright. Quite a loss, but that's alright. Frodo's not going to do anything. There was a battle there, I'm sorry. We got to move this guy to the Misty Mountains. We draw our 2 cards. Eriador and Inanwith. So a sword and a ring. Then we resolve these. Dunlin to Helm's Deep. Again, nothing. I love that card. And then we got Dol Guldur to Erebor. Erebor, I mean. What did I say? Eriador? Yeah, Erebor. So he's up in South Mirkwood. We move on to Aelin's turn. Okay. She kind of needs to stay there, but we can't muster with her is the problem. And we don't have any Rohan cards to prepare. We could go capture Isengard, I suppose. So while we wait, 1, 2. And then we need to spend 3 of those swords, though. We don't have any. We need to use Gimli's ability of Dwarven Craft to get those swords. Maybe draw some, hopefully. But until then, what do we do? I could go... Well... It's kind of a tough decision here. Because, like... I don't have any cards that are going to help. I can't recruit. It's kind of the problem with this game, I think. It's like my only gripe. There's just sometimes you can't do anything. Of course, in a game, you want to be able to do something. It's not for my lack of, like, preparing or something like that. It's just kind of how the game state is. I need to bring light to Mirkwood. I guess she could go up there, attack that one guy. That's 2... Yeah, it's a few actions to do that. 1, 2, attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I could do that. Let's go up there with one of these Rohirrim and attack. Let's attack with only one die. Hope we get a red. We got a red and a white. One of our soldiers. I think I'm gonna re-roll because I don't want to lose soldiers. We still got the same stupid event. Whatever. Okay. We should be able to muster him back for free later. I shouldn't have spent that because I need rings. So she's done 1, 2 actions, and then 3 is going to be moved right there by herself. 1, 2, 3, or that 4th action, sorry. Frodo ain't going to do squat like usual. Then we drew another sword, which is sweet because we need 1, and then the Misty Mountains friendship card could come in handy as well when we prepare, if we prepare. Then we move this over to Boromir. It'll be his turn next. He's going to be doing crowd control down there. We got Drums of War. We add a character, add orc to each spot here, and then we do this one, which is +1 in Dunland. Dunland's crazy. Move to Nazgul closer to Frodo. It's going to be the closer ones. So if the eye goes there, we're going to be in a problem. So let's keep having battles. Let's keep having battles to keep him away. Keep the evil at bay. Okay. Then we go with Boromir and Frodo&Sam. Well, we don't have anything to do with Frodo&Sam as usual. Yeah. They don't really need to muster anything. I guess Boromir's going to move up here and attack these crackers. So let's go right here to South Ithilien and roll 3 dice. We are not in Haven, so we're going to lose 1. We're going to lose 2 and they're going to lose 2. Unless we re-roll. I don't really want to re-roll. So we'll lose 2, they'll lose 2. That's lame. Well, at least he can muster in Gondor pretty easily. Free, really. So he's done 1, 2. I could attack again. Let's do that. 3. Freed them. Freed the lands. And then 4. Where's Faramir when you need him? Frodo ain't doing nothing again. We did attack there, so the eye actually goes there to Ithilien. Then we got Gondor and Rudaria, and that is another friendship and the 3rd sword symbol that we have been looking for. +1 in Umbar. Could have went down there. But I kind of want to save that. Shift the eye to Frodo's region. Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. Nothing along that line. So we're good. And now it is a Gandalf. Good old Gandalf's turn. He's going to go like this. 1. 2, spending 3 of these. Oh man. If I do that, my hope only goes up to the max of 1 when it could go up 2. But I think we're okay. We gotta bring light to Mirkwood. 2, 3. 4th will be an attack. Nazgul and whatever. No, but we're gonna spend a ring to reroll that. Come on. There we go. We killed him. We gotta free these lands. I just gotta drop 1 more guy out there, and we've completed the Mirkwood event, and we can take Gandalf and go somewhere else. Yeah. Let's see what we get here. Ithilien and Mirkwood. And that's another reason I spent those, even though, oh, our hope goes up, right? Because we captured a haven. We also have to shift the eye there. Just into that. Can't forget stuff like that. We're going to be in trouble. Bad guys. Top, Moria to Minas Tirith. Moria. Sorry, I'm looking over here. Moria to Minas Tirith on the yellow lines. Let's see. Nothing on the yellow lines. Sick. Bottom is +1 in Moria. There's still 1 dwarf in Moria that still draws breath. Move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. Boop. Boop. Okay. We gotta reveal 1 more, I forgot. And that is for Mirkwood. They're getting kind of big. They're mustering the forces to apply 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the eye. If and when Mordor is empty, deploy the largest group 1 at a time into the eye. Caca! 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 Mirkwood. Now we are going to go with Gimli, son of Glowing. We don't have enough swords to take over a spot. See, that's just the problem. It's like the only gripe I have with this game. How am I going to get swords? There's no way. It's literally just luck. When I get swords, I get swords. I could have saved them, but then I couldn't have done anything there. It's a little bit too restrictive in that way. Well, I could keep the lands clean, or I could ditch that, come down with I'll go 1, 2. Do I have... I need to muster... So let's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna get 2 elven troops over here with Gimli, because we're gonna probably ditch that place, so we can't have that be undefended. Frodo&Sam, what are they gonna do? Nothing they always do. Sit there and tremble. Moving right along. +1 in Vroom. Hopefully they don't start marching. +1 in Moria. Okay, I think Moria is kind of a lost cause. But at least they made it in and out safely. And then Nirn to Helm's Deep. Nirn to Helm's Deep on the what color line? Purple. So we're going to start at Helm's Deep, go back. So they're on the march. But what Boromir's going to do is go take out, muster up in Minas Tirith and try to take those guys out on his turn. That's that. No, I forgot Gimli's ability of getting one of those tokens for free. So I'm gonna put one of these guys back because I really wanted one of those tokens. I'm a cheat, I know, but that's what I want. We got 2 more of these. We gotta get rid of one. We'll keep the cloak because we're gonna need those once we get in Mordor and as we move him along, which maybe we should start doing. We still haven't freed Theodin's mind, but they're on their way. And we haven't brought Light to Mirkwood, but looks like next turn he will be able to. Did I only reveal 2 of these? Let's see. We did to Helm's Deep, +1 in Moria, +1 in Mirkwood. We did 3. Okay. Now it's Awen's turn. I think what she'll do is 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'll be already there. Frodo&Sam, gonna do nothing. Oh, we gotta draw our 2 cards though. think we'll keep this. We need the ring, we need the ring. I know this is important as well. Well, I could get rid of one of these. Okay. What do we do? We need to do Dunwyn to Grey Havens. There it is. They took over. Finally, they took over the Shire, which means we lose 3. 1, 2, 3. Dunwyn here moves as well. And then we got near Harad to Erebor. Nothing there, but there's going to be a battle right here with 3 dice versus our one little dude. Okay, so 3 of their guys died and 1 of ours died. Which is actually kind of sick that I didn't have to waste an action for them to do that. Okay, that's cool. I keep forgetting that when Boromir captures, he can spend 1 fewer sword to make that capture. And the last one is going to be, I think, near Harad to Helm's Deep. Following the purple lines. There's going to be a battle here with 2 dice. 2 of them die. Well, that's perfect. These dummies. Alrighty, dighty do. Now it's time for Boromir. He's going to move. Let's see. Here. And he's going to do a muster 3 times, getting 3 Gondorian soldiers, because he can do that pretty easily. You know, I left these guys standing up, I'm sorry. But that's that. We do not have anything we can do, so we do this, we draw this. We'll keep that, get rid of that. Sky's dark and increase the threat by 1. If the eye is in Frodo's region, if not, move it there. Under cover of darkness, we got to add 3 troops over here, which is kind of not good. Danger intensifies. We shuffle the pile, and we got to draw our 3 cards from it. So we shuffle these, put it on top. Not that great a shuffler, I guess. These cards are kind of big, and they're better if they're sleeved, which I have sleeves on the way. I don't have them currently. First one is going to be +1 in Moria. Move to Nazgul, closer to Frodo. That's not good. That's not good at all. Then we got near Harad. Gets a bad guy. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. Deploy 1 from the largest group. 1 at a time from the largest group and deploy 3. This is the largest group, then we decide. Doesn't matter at this point. So, come on, don't be something hurtful. We go from Rhûn to the Woodland Realm. They're following that orange line, so they're going to come up through there. We got to clear that, cleanse it. Hopefully we can do that right now with Gandalf. Pretty sure we can, because we just move here. That puts an elven troop in each spot. Oh, we were supposed to put 1, or whatever. This game's already hard enough as is. We were supposed to put 1 orc in the Old Forest Road and in South Mirkwood, which would be these 2 spots, but I think Gimli would have taken them out anyway. And I'm just gonna say he would have. Yeah. Anyway. Complete if both the following are true. Mirkwood is free of shadow troops. Yes, it is. Dol Guldur does not need to be captured, but it is. And there is at least 1 elven troop in every location of Mirkwood. When completed, select a location in Mirkwood. Move any number of elven troops in Mirkwood there. Let's do that. Elven troops only to Mirkwood, and then we gain a hope. So that's completed. That's pretty good. Gain a hope. Now we have 1 more thing to do, and that's free Theodin's mind. So Gandalf has done 1 action, right? Yeah, 1.
He's going to go 2, 3. 4 is going to be an attack with 3 dice. 3 of their troops are dead as a doornail. And how many of our troops died? 2 of our troops died. We're going to get rid of this guy and an elf. A dwarf and an elf. That was Legolas and Gimli that just died. No. Then this deck's getting kind of low, so we got to keep that in mind. We cannot do anything with these cards. We could have re-rolled, I suppose, but we need those, don't we? Could have discarded, but we need that. Rovania and Mordor. Keep that ring. It's going to come in handy. We'll get rid of that card and one of these cloaks, which is not cool. When Gandalf musters, add up to 2 troops from his location instead of 1 troop. You know what? We should have more troops out there, shouldn't we? Because he mustered in a location before. That's lame. And we have his Gandalf the White ability that we can spend 1 to change any number of the results you want. But I think we want to do that. Dol Guldur gets 1, but it does not. Shift the eye to Frodo's region if it's there. Roll a search. Oh no, our first search. We've been pretty good at... No, it isn't, because we had an attack over there. It was Rovania, but then we move it back here because of the card. Sweet. +1 in Moria. Then move to Nazgul closer to Frodo. Pew, pew. And then Dunlin to the Grey Havens. There's going to be a battle up there with 3 dice. Yeah, 3 of them die. That's nice. And 1 Dwarven troop dies. And this guy also moves, so on the path. Last one, I believe. Let's see. Double lure. Wait, we did that wrong, right? I think we did 3. Dunlin, I should put him in a resolve, right? That's what that's for, so you don't mess that up. Okay. Gimli's turn. Well, as an action, a character in Edoras, which I am, spends 2 hearts. I don't have a heart. No. In 1 ring, while at least 1 other character is present. I threw away my heart. So what I need to do is move 1. I need to prepare, but I don't have a spot here. Do I have Misty Mountains? I do have Misty Mountains. Do I have Gondor? I do not. See, in the solo, it's a little bit more difficult with preparing. Because you need to be at a haven and discard a card with the same symbol, and it has to match the region, which is not cool. So, again, Gimli's going to do nothing because of that little mistake, except once per turn I can gain a token that is something, right? Because now I have 3 of those. I could go capture 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's not a free action. Yeah, we'll save those because maybe Boromir can capture, then we get 2 hope for that as well. Let's draw 2 and hope. Hope. We draw what we want. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is not what we want, man. This is going bye-bye. Actually, we'll trade it out for Dale. Then, I guess we get rid of one of these ring things, because we're just not doing very well in that regard. I draw 3 of these stupid cards, because Frodo can't do squat. What a game. Sometimes that part's just irritating. You can't do anything. These guys march to Erebor. I don't know why they're going up to Erebor. Not very smart. Then this guy, Dunwin to Helm's Deep. So he's moving here on. So we now have to worry about them. And then a Dol Guldur to Erebor. Well, Dol Guldur Road to Erebor has nothing on it, because we purged Mirkwood. It is now Eowyn the Shield Maiden's turn. What will she do? Well, we still don't have enough. We still don't have enough. But I guess I can muster. We're going to move her here with all 3 of these troops. And we're going to roll all 3 of these dice. I'm going to re-roll. So we can spend this one to re-roll for one of these. We're going to re-roll this one. Come on. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3 of these guys die. 2 of my guys die. And I'm mad because what I wanted to get was for her ability, she can take out that ring wraith and Rohan for free. But now she can't. Frodo can do something, but obviously he can't. Because we can't draw any cards. This at least gets moved up here to Rohan. And we draw 2 new cards. Okay, well, we got Gondor, that will be nice, and then Rohan. We'll trade that out for Ithilien. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it'll be Boromir's turn. Right after, we add a troop to each of these locations, and +1 to Dunman. Move 2 Nazgul closer to the eye, does it say? Move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. Look at this place, we gotta get out of here. Select from those closest to him outside the region. Yeah, +1 to Nirn. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the eye. Deploy from the largest group instead. So 3 of these guys are soaring over to Rohan, because the eye is there. Boromir's turn. He's going to take a little march action here. Doo-doo-doo, with all his forces but 1. Safe to leave 1 there. We're going to roll all 3 dice. 3 of them die. And 3 of us die. Crazy. So that's 2 actions. For my 3rd action, I'll just roll 1 dice and attack again. And he died. And for my 4th action, I'm gonna move right here with this guy. Perfect. Then we draw 2 new cards. Whew, some tempting stuff here. Mirkwood and Rohan. I think we take out the Mordor one and put these 2 here. We're gonna draw Skies of Dark in here soon, maybe. I forget how many we've drawn. 3. Okay, we can remove any 2 friendly troops. Rivendell, Woodland Realm. No. Rivendell can keep it. Erebor, Iron Hills, and the Woodland. Rivendell can keep theirs. Okay. Gandalf's turn. 2. Forgot we gotta put these in the resolve. Near Harad. Just the eye to Frodo's region. Come on, don't be anything bad. +1 to Umbar. I had high hopes. If there's one there already, roll a search. Time to roll a search. We're rolling 7. No, 6. There are 6 in my spot. Okay, we're in Haven, so we ignore 2 of them, but there's 3 coming our way, which loses hope. I think we'll lose 2 hope. And we'll spend this heart to ignore. Gandalf's turn. First, we're going to recruit here in Gondor, so we get 2 of these symbols. Not recruit. That's a recruit, I mean prepare. And because of Frodo's ability, we get that. And Gandalf's going to go. I guess Gandalf wants to attack. He's only got 2 troops. Pucha che. When Gandalf uses his light and flame ability, you can spend 1 to change the results to anything you want. Rohan is being changed. These are going to be changed to this and this to just outright kill them. So 1 action for my next action. I'll go 2. 3, 4. How about that? We're leaving them to kind of block. Actually, we'll leave them there instead. How about that? 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got Elven Cloaks and Rope. Select any character that may travel alone up to 2 times. Do not roll for searches. The character must pay for special paths as usual and may not bring other characters or friendly troops. We could just do that right now, because we're about to free Theodin's mind. So why don't we do that? Select any character that may travel alone up to 2 times. 1, 2. So he's there. He's out of trouble, which will be nice here in a minute. This will go to Gimli. Dol Guldur to Helm's Deep. Dol Guldur cannot go anywhere. Thankfully, we took that place over. Dunland to the Grey Havens. Dunland. Grabai from Dunland. And they're moving along the purples. We got a battle ensuing. 1 die. They could die or we could die. We could both die. Well, it is neither of us die, which is interesting. So that place is safe for now, which is sweet. Last card. Moria to Minas Tirith along the yellow. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't know why Moria is deploying troops. Okay, Gimli, son of Glowlight, he's going to do this. His special action that gets him that. Then, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. What do we do? I could go up there and take Isengard. We could also take Moria. We got all the Moria cards coming up. So, I guess... Two. We'll do a prepare action in Rohan. Which gets us a cloak. 3, 4. I think that's what we're gonna do. Spend 2. We need those 2. We need those 2. We cannot do that. I was gonna recruit, but no. I guess that's it then. Pathetic. And speaking of pathetic, it is Frodo's turn. Yeah, I guess he travels with Boromir and these men into Minas Morgul. No. Well, sure, why not? We're going to spend 3 cloaks to do so. 1, 2, 3. 2 for that, and then 1 because of Frodo's stupid thing. And we do not battle, actually. So, there's that. We draw 2 of these. We're getting close to the end of the game. We gotta be very careful here what we do. We probably should have been more careful before, but we weren't. This guy's going here. Battle ensues with 2 of these. Everybody in that region now dies. +1 in Nirn. And then shift the eye to Frodo's region. Doo-doo-doo. If it's already there, we'll search. We have 1 person in our location, so a search is being rolled. We're not in Haven, so we either have to lose 1 hope or spend 1 of these to ignore it. I think we'll spend this to ignore it. Okay. We don't want to lose hope. And then we got Dol Guldur to Minas Tirith along the yellow paths, and there's nothing there, so sweet. Shield Maiden of Rohan's turn. She's going to move here to Helm's Deep. with that guy, I suppose. Well, we'll leave him there. And it's probably best to bring him, just in case something goes haywire. So we can now free Theodin's mind because we spend 2. These guys will go here. So we spend 2 hearts, which we have, 1 ring, which we have. And it says, as an action, spend both of those and 1 other character is present. Oh, and Edoras. So we'd have to remove 1, 2 instead. And when complete, put the troops on this card. Add up to 2 Rohirrim troops to Edoras. Sweet. Gain 1 hope. Also sweet. The last thing we need to do is destroy the 1 ring. So let's get to it. We need 5 rings. We only have 2 though. We have 3 cloaks to work with. It's going to cost 1, 2. It's going to cost 3, 4, 5 to get through there anyway, which is not cool at all. Let's draw our 2, right? Oh wait, she did 1, 2, 3. She can do 1 more action, which is going to be 4. Then we draw a 2. Then we draw a 2. Select any 1 symbol token from the supply and give it to that player. That will come in handy here in a minute. I don't want to use it because I don't know if we're going to need rings or cloaks. Rundamirnistiath. That's all on this yellow line here. No 1. Sweet. And then we got Umbar. Or no. Yeah, +1 in Umbar. Move 2 closer to Frodo. 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. Let's move. Does it say from the largest group? Closest. If it's tied, players choose. So we're going to move to Ravanya. And for the last one, Isengard gets an enemy, which is stupid. Move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. Now we got 2 Nazgul in Mordor. It's Boromir's turn. He can move them along though. I say we spend Mirkwood and 1 of these to move over there. After. I think what we do first is attack. So let's attack with our 2 men here. 2 deaths and 2 deaths. So we dead. Unless we spend a ring. I can't risk that. I was thinking about capturing that place so I can get my hope up, but it's going to cost too much for a reroll. Yeah. The cost is too high. So we're going to spend 2 of these cloaks, like we said, and move them here for an action. So we've done 2 actions. We could move another, but we don't have the proper symbols. We're going to need a cloak, but we're going to see what we draw first, because we might be able to use this card. I think he has to stay there. I don't think Frodo can do anything. Yeah, can't do anything. Neither can. We draw our 2 cards. Sky is darkened and a sword. We don't need sword. Increase the threat. I see you. If the ring is in Frodo's region, lose 2 hope. Oh no. Otherwise, yeah, under cover of darkness, 3 to south of Mirkwood. We're gonna lose. It's getting down to the wire here, and then the danger intensifies. We shuffle this card pile and put it on top. And then it's gonna be Gandalf's turn. What's he gonna do? Stinking Gandalf. Not been well. He's been helpful up there, but he needs to do something. 2, 3, 4. I can do that. If I travel alone, I can travel 2 locations then with him, so that's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet. Okay, and then we do this. The Drums of War. That makes us add troops here. Moria to Minas Tirith. Moria to Minas Tirith along the yellow lines. That means a battle's going to happen right here. We got to reroll that one. Sweet. There's no Nazgul there, and 2 of them die. And then, for our next one, is going to be Mirkwood. And then 2 Nazgul move closer to Frodo. A 1. A 2. Nice. I could also alternatively move him to Harad. We'll do that just because there's more space there. And then it is Gandalf's turn. What's he going to do? He could go take out Moria. If we do that, we gain hope. And we do need hope, I'll tell you that much. So 1, 2. Should I leave a guy here, though? Lothlorien. Let's leave him there. We'll try to... 1, 2, 3. We turn that into a haven. And you know what that means? We get a 2 hope. Sweet. I like that. That's good. Okay, so he's done 1, 2, 3 actions. He can do a 4th action, which is just going to be, I guess, go back to Lothlorien. Frodo can go now. I just don't have what I need to get across there yet, so he's not going to do anything. We're going to draw 2 new cards. Let's see. You may remove 2 from any one location. That might come in handy a little bit later. It's an event. Okay, let's see what we get here. Resolve Dunland to Helm's Deep. There's no one on that path. Umbar to the Grey Havens. And that goes along pink. And then Nirn to Helm's Deep. Nirn. And that's traveling along the purples. Ooh. Okay, come on, Gimli. What can you do? Nothing. You can gain one of these for free. So, that's something, I suppose. For his next action, though. 2, 3, and then he's just gonna spend this to recruit a Gondorian soldier, just in case. Oh, we gotta draw our 2 cards. Misty Mountains and Mordor. That is not good. I don't even think we can get to Mount Doom. Well, yes we can. Yes, we can. 1, 2, 3 with the gift from the Elves card. Okay, let's see what we can do then. Umbar, no, +1 to Umbar. Deploy 3 Nazgul from Mordor to the Eye. We gotta deploy 3 of these. That's not good. We need to get in there before that. And Isengard gets 1. And move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo. Oh, look at that. It's just swarming now. +1 to Nirn. Deploy from, if the Eye is in Mordor, recall 3 to Mordor instead. We are absolutely packed with Nazgul. We have all of the 9 there. This is not good. It's going to come down to a die roll on my next turn, which is Eowyn. She's going to go 1, 2, attack with all 3. They're dead. 2 of us are dead. That is a perfect amount because for our next action, we are going to capture this location, turning it into a haven, and gaining 2 hope. So we have really purified the region up here. And that'll help us on our last roll here, which
is going to be a movement by Frodo here. 1, 2, 3. Might as well go with Born here. I don't know what's he doing anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and remove 2 from any location while I'm at it, just so nothing happens up there, we don't lose anything. And I believe that is it, because we have one more action with Frodo. Now we're going to draw cards. I can't remember what happens when you have to draw from the deck, and you cannot draw from the deck. Rolling a search. Where's the draw? Draw 2 cards. During a turn, hand limit. After playing event cards, skies darken, undercover. Shuffle the cards. It is rare. After resolving, skies darkened. Maybe drawing continues over here. Let me find out and get back with you. It's right there. We lose a hope for each card we cannot draw. So we draw 1 and we lose 1 hope. On this next turn here, we need to be able to throw the ring into the fire. But you know what? We have 3 rings. You need 5 to do so. That means we automatically lose because we have no way of getting those 5. That's the game. We lost. We made it to Mount Doom. We took out a lot of enemies. We were doing really well, except there in Mordor. The thing is, it kind of felt like we just couldn't do that. I guess I could have saved some more rings. In my next play, I would have needed to. I do want to know what would have happened if I spent all my rings and we had to roll all 7 of these dice. I do want to know what would have happened out of curiosity. We got to reroll this one. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 symbols. That means we would have lost 5 hope. And if we had the means to spend it, then we could have rolled 7 dice and let's see. I think we would have been fine because that just moves us down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would have barely won if I had planned and had enough rings. Anyway, thanks for watching that playthrough of Fate of the Fellowship.